G'day everyone, hope you're well. Just got this in today. I saw it on one of my sites in Australia I use for getting models and supplies. As soon as I saw it, I thought I got to have this. Copper state models, 1/35 scale, Ehrhardt E-V M.1917. So if you're not familiar with copper state models, they do World War I subject matter. They do aircraft, mainly 148 I believe, and they do some very interesting vehicles in 135 scale, and I think they might have a few in 172nd, but don't hold me to that. So I just love the look of this. They also do resin figures. I have some. I bought them direct end of last year because I have some other vehicles of theirs I'm going to do. As I mentioned in one of my other reviews, the last several years I've had a real interest in World War I vehicles. So as you can see, they've put a lot of effort into their instructions, and I'm sorry, but I won't be reading that because that is in German. So we got a history of the vehicle. So as the name suggests, 1917 this vehicle was made. Yeah, so a bit of history about the actual vehicle, and we got some actual photographs. Really nice touch. Really nice. Alright, so we got sprue tree map and your decal sheet, and we have, I won't take them out of the packet, so you got the headlights. Colour, so that they just call out, there's no paint brand, it's just colour numbers. Check that, they say numbers, but as you can see our markings. I don't believe, unless they have a reference on their website, I'm not sure, but they've got colour numbers, and you've got 1 German field grey, rubber, chrome, gunmetal, grey, Polish green, brown, ochre, or ochre, how do you pronounce it? Green and black. So you might need a bit of referencing to try and work out the exact, like German field grey is obvious, but what shade of brown are we looking at, and green. So I'd probably look on their website to see if they have a system on there for their colours. Alright, so these guys are actually telling you your instructions, but they're telling you what you're doing. So gearbox assembly, for flywheel, the leaf springs, installing the rails, side rails, radiator, drive shaft, engine protection, front axle, the rear axle, shock absorbers, and the steering arm. So we got, they're highlighting some areas here in red. Red coloured parts should be removed for accuracy when posing the hatches in the open position. We've got some holes that need drilling out, and they've given you the size of the bit you need to use. Same again with the hatches, you need to remove these parts. And again on the sides, same thing, you want to have your hatches open, you need to remove these parts. And again we have some more holes being drilled. and some of these holes are different sizes, so don't just go hard and start drilling everything with the same bit. So we're applying some decals for the gauges. Foot pedals going in, then we're putting the armoured superstructure, as they call it, rear armour, and we got the bonnet or hood, depending on what part of the world you're in. I'm an Aussie, so it's a bonnet. Same again, removing some parts if you want the hatch open. Really, these parts are just so that when you put the door, if you have it shut, it sits flush. You're not trying to hold it till it glues. Radiator protection. Engine panels. And then we're into the machine gun. 4 machine guns in it. Fenders, lights, light protectors. Door, rear door, front door. And then we got all the shutters for the crew to look through. And then we're on to the wheels, fenders, or again, if you're an Aussie, a mud guard, and towing hooks. And we got the turret, jack, ditching board. No, this is just it's called the additional device. Installation of the additional device. So perhaps copper slate models weren't sure the purpose of the part. Stowage boxes. More stowage boxes. It's actually quite involved. Alright, so we're into the markings. So this one was 1st Machine Gun Platoon. It was captured by the Red Army in the Kaczynski area in May 1918. This one is 2nd Platoon before it was repainted, German occupation forces in Ukraine. Then we have an interesting camouflage pattern. This one's the 2nd Platoon, named Ralph Bold. I hope I got that right. Camouflage was added while the platoon was stationed in Ukraine, summer 1918. And later in 1919, this vehicle was captured by the Polish. And I'm guessing that was this, maybe, same vehicle, Ukraine. This one is the one, okay, sorry, so this one's the one that was captured by the Polish, and they've repainted it and painted their markings on it. Another one in Polish service. I'm not gonna butcher the Polish language and try and say that. Okay, so this was used after World War One. This was used in the 3rd Silesian uprising. That should be, they spelled it wrong, uprising in 1921. Another one from Ukraine, so 2nd Platoon, Group 2, during its stay in Ukraine, summer 1918. And here's our colours, call-outs with numbers, but like I said, you need to be more specific on what the actual green is and whatnot to get the right colour. Oh, there's heaps of markings. Right, 1917. So volunteers from Lutwitz Corps, Berlin, 1919. 3rd Armoured Machine Gun Platoon. in Rostov-on-Don, Russia, 1918. And 3rd Armoured Machine Gun Platoon, Vittorio Veneto, Italy, 1917. We're everywhere. And this one is 1st Department of George Courting Combat Vehicles. KW stands for Combat Vehicle Camp Wagon, Berlin, 1919. And we're still going. Although a lot of them are just the grey, but different markings. 17th Army, former 14th Army, transferred from Italy to the Western Front, Flanders, 1918. 6th Platoon, Lake Peipsy or Peepsy, I'm not sure how to pronounce that, 1918. 3rd Armoured Machine Gun Platoon, Army Department B, Alsace, 1918. And 14th Brigade of Government Troops, Army Department, former German Army, Baden, 1920. And that is it. And the Copper State Models are thanking some people for help on the project, and their website's on the back of the instruction, but if you just type in Copper State Models you will find it. So no mention of the actual colours. So like I said, I'll be having a look on their website. I don't think anything would be mentioned there. No. Okay, I'll start and have a look at the decal sheet. Yeah. I'll take photos at the end like I normally do so you can see better, but I'm not sure. The white's hard to show up. Yeah. They all look good. The carrier film backing looks a bit, where it's clear, looks a bit hazy, a white haze type thing, but hopefully they'll perform all right. Move that out the way. Yeah. Just grab the one on the top. Alright. Just checking. It's a duplicate sprue. Put that one aside. Alright. Obviously we've got some wheels. Some of the machine guns, guard. Oh, sorry, that's part of the turret, and the hatches on the armoured section. The wheels look good, pretty good. Very nice. We got some extremely tiny parts. You need to be careful removing them from the sprue. That'll be the bonnet, stowage hatches. They got a bit of flash on the. That's that part they had no name for. The grill protector for the radiator. It's got a bit of flash as well. Otherwise, all good. Now it's actually a decent size. self-explanatory what that is. So you got, the radio's got a mesh style pattern molded into it. Nice rivet details on the armour. And we have the floor of the chassis. If you want to display it open though, you've got a whole heap of ejection pin marks that would need taking care of. Now, last one. Chassis rails, the leaf springs, and the cabin or the cab area, and the roof, and the turret hatch. Again, nice rivet detail. I'm gonna guess, oh, not too bad. We got a couple of ejection pin marks, a few up here as well. Depending on how you're displaying it, some areas will need to be taken care of. Not too big a drama because you can get at them. They're in spots where you can still access to sand them back when you fill them. That's the last screw. Oh, upside down. There we go. So I love the look of this. Very nice. So I'll add some photos of the sprues now so we can get some close-up pictures. Thanks for watching.